edition of WorldView for the new year. We hope that everyone had a safe and fun winter break. My name is Alex.
And my name is David. Our first story comes from Birmingham, England. The Afghan girl shot in the head by the Taliban 3 months ago has been released from the hospital in that city. Doctors say she will probably have a full recovery. The gunman attempted to kill the girl because of her blogging on the internet in support of education for girls.
Israel has announced that it plans to build a fence along its border with Syria. Syria is currently in the middle of a violent civil war. Israel fears attacks from the Syrian army and terrorists. Those fears have become greater recently when it was learned that President Assad's forces have chemical weapons.
In Syria, the civil war rages on, but President al-Assad has continued to refuse to take part in talks with the opposition. Assad, in a recent speech, offered to make a new constitution, but he refused to comment of major advances being made by rebels against his government. He called them murderous criminals.
China is a tightly controlled country. The censorship of news is commonplace. On Sunday, 200 people gathered calling for an end to censorship. The protesters hope that the new Chinese leadership might allow more open reporting of news.
In Afghanistan, the United States fired drone missiles at 3 Taliban hideouts. The missiles killed 9 fighters, perhaps including the head of a Taliban training unit for suicide bombers. Pakistan claims that the missiles killed innocent civilians, but the U.S. denies this.
Russians are known for their love of vodka and beer. Many Russians are now complaining, however, about a new law which restricts the sale of beer in street kiosks. Many Russians say that the restrictions should be placed on stronger beverages, which have caused many more serious problems in the country.
The Russian parliament has passed a law banning U.S. citizens from adopting Russian children. In recent years, Americans have adopted over 60,000 children from Russian orphanages. This law is just a sign of growing tension between the two countries because of a law passed by Congress targeting Russians who have been found guilty of human rights abuses.
A very prominent and wealthy Frenchman is trying to escape his government's very high taxes on the rich. He first applied for citizenship in Belgium, but was denied. Now President Putin of Russia has offered him Russian citizenship. The two plan to meet soon near the Black Sea.
How did you celebrate the arrival of the new year? A New Year's Eve tradition of burning cars has become a major problem in France. Teens are known to set hundreds of cars on fire to ring in the new year. The total number of this New Year's Eve was over 1,000, but throughout 2012, 40,000 cars were burned.
Many hope that one of the solutions to environmental problems is biofuels. They do not realize, however, that biofuels are hurting people in Asian and Central America countries. A large portion of the populations in these countries are farmers, and the biofuel companies are taking up more and more land to grow corn. As a result, the farmers have less food for their families, and land prices are skyrocketing.
Carbon dioxide from emissions, cars and factories are creating environmental problems throughout the world. A company in Canada is currently building a machine that they believe will be able to take carbon dioxide directly from the air. The company is just 3 years old, and its work has been financed by the Gates Foundation. Here's Ellie with our service news.
Thank you, David. Next week, please keep in mind these service projects. Special Time with Special Children will be each of the next 3 Fridays, 3:30 until 5 o'clock at the Center for Exceptional Children near Summit on Renolda Road. If you have already signed up, please make sure you have permission to come and you have a ride home from Summit afterwards. Canned goods for Second Harvest Food Bank continue to be collected. Boxes are located on each floor of the upper school. Also, next Tuesday and Wednesday, students will be cooking a meal for the Welcome Table. This is a program at Green Street United Methodist Church in which to feed 150 people are fed a meal one night each week. On January 18th, there will be a lock-in after the basketball games for 8th and 9th graders. A blanket or coat for the needy in Winston-Salem will gain you admission. Check the service board on the first floor for other upcoming service opportunities. Thanks, and we hope you will participate in some service opportunity. Now here's Tempo Aguilas.
Buenos días, amigos. Yo me llamo Max.
Y yo me llamo Isabel. Bienvenidos al programa El Tiempo Aguilas. Este es el pronóstico para el fin de semana.
Viernes, la temperatura alta es de 11 grados centígrados y con poca lluvia. Sábado, la temperatura alta es de 22 grados centígrados y muy nublado. Domingo, la temperatura alta es de 22 grados centígrados y muy nublado.
¡Qué bien! Entonces, este fin de semana necesito llevar pantalones, una jaqueta, zapatos y quizás una jaqueta. Es todo por ahora. Adiós!
That's WorldView for this week. Thanks for watching. Goodbye until next week.
Goodbye and stay safe.